Hello and welcome to the Hey Coach podcast. I'll be honest, I'd be kind of pissed if someone gave me turtle doves as a present. Like that whole song just sounds like really inconvenient gifts to get for Christmas. Like you're going to give me 11 lads who are leaping? What am I supposed to do with them? Like when I go to work, they just leap?
Start a track team.
I guess. I mean, shoot. But yeah, dude, all those gifts wildly inconvenient. But yeah, welcome to the Hey Coach podcast. I'm Ryan Strickland. I'm joined by Mike Langston, head coach of the NAU Jacks, and Tyler Pasley, head coach of my mom's rec league volleyball team. And today we're going to be doing another episode of Get Hot, our shorter form content led by Coach Paz. Today he has a lot of fun trade talks. Actually, it's like trade potentials that he put together. So Coach Paz, take it away.
Yeah. So the way that I formatted this, because it's the off season, mock trades are always something that get a ton of clicks because of the wrong reasons. They get a ton of clicks because they're absolute buffoonery on Twitter. Usually, I did legitimately 2 to 3 hours of research on all of these trades.
Holy shit, you're a nerd.
I was grinding through these, so I legit tried to think
Talk
of
about
something
screen
that works
time.
for.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, it was at work, so it was okay.
So you're not doing your job? That's crazy.
I was caught up on grading, so we're not going to get into that. So I have created two different mock trades for the Red Sox, which is Strick's team, and then two different mock trades for the Snakes, which is Langston's team, and then also two free agent signings that I think could actually be realistic. So when we do the mock trades, I will give you who you're trading, who you're getting, and then the reasoning behind it. And then on the free agent signings, the preface to this is that you have to think payroll. Like, is this something you think's realistic? Is this something you want? Would they do something after that signing? Does that make sense?
Okay. And,
Perfect.
and to be clear for the listeners, me and Strick have no idea what's coming. Like we have not seen these trades or these signings, quote unquote, prior to. So our reactions to these trades are going to be like a blind.
Yeah, like a
It's
raccoon
going to be
in
about
the
as
dryer,
real
dude.
and as raw as you're going to get.
We got no idea what's going on, just tumbling around in the dark.
Okay, go ahead, Paz.
All right, so I'm going to start with the one I think is actually the most realistic of any of these trades. And Strick, this is the Red Sox would trade Jarren Duran. He has been in trade talks for like the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
They need to clear up something in the outfield. They need to address first base.
Yes.
They need to either, whether that's a platoon option for Cassis or whether that's a guy to just take that job. So Jarren Duran is traded to the Phillies. The Red Sox get Alec Bohm, who can play third and first base, and their number 15 overall prospect, who's also a first base prospect, who's coming off a year where he hit 330 with a bunch of homers. His name's Keaton Anthony. So the reasoning behind this, Red Sox clear out an outfield spot. They get Duran off the books. They get first base depth to help out Cassis or just a guy to play first base. They also need first base depth in the minors. They really don't have anything. And Keaton Anthony is just like a college hitter that's been productive his whole way through the minor leagues. Alec Bohm does not provide necessarily a ton of power, but he plays, and he's been a productive hitter every single year.
The hit tool plays.
Yes. He's like a 740 OPS guy almost every year. Like he's a good player. Doesn't provide a bunch of pop. He is a righty. Yep. So it could be a platoon option.
Yeah.
But that is my mock trade proposal, Uno, and I think that works for both teams because Phillies need an outfielder.
I'll say this. I let's figure out a different minor leaguer because we already have someone with the last name Anthony, and it's going to be really confusing when you're buying a jersey. So let's figure something else out for that. Or maybe he's willing to change his last name. What's his first name?
His name is going to be now Anthony Keaton instead of Keaton Anthony.
Boom. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, here's the thing. I am never one. Like, I'm just such a loyalist. Like, I just want guys to stay. So, like, hearing that Jarren Duran has been in trade talks, I'm just like, God, like, I like him. I'd wish he'd stay. But, like, if we can use him to fill in first base, which is one of if not our biggest like holes to fill, then yeah, I think that'd be great. Was I hoping we were going to do that through free agency? A little bit, but like I also like Alec Bohm. Like that's the thing is like Alec Bohm's pretty cool. He's a righty, so at Fenway that plays pretty nice. Like you don't need pop. Like you can just play off the monster. Like just hit live drives off the monster all day, rack up doubles, and then maybe find that triangle in right center every now and again and lay out a triple. Like, you don't, as silly as it sounds, Fenway Park, like you can be effective without that much pop. Like you can still be you can still have your moments. Like what was it years ago? Shane Victorino hit that ball off the monster in the postseason. Like you don't need pop to be effective there. But yeah, I like it. I mean, would I rather have like Schwarber back over at first? Absolutely. But if we're not going to go get him, no, he's fun. I don't care what you say. I don't care what your stats say. I don't care about the fucking metrics. He's fun. Okay, he's a fun guy.
I love Schwarber. I'm not arguing that.
Golly.
You don't want to play first base.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. He's fun. He's a good guy. Don't talk about his family like that.
Is this a trade you accept, yes or no? Because here's the caveat to this. Bringing it back to like a real setting. Alec Bohm has 1 year of control. Jarren Duran has 3. Also, while you're thinking, Jarren, okay.
Yes, because I think Jarren Duran staying doesn't make us better. I think he just, like you said, continues to not clog up the outfield, but there's just so many pieces that could be in the outfield. You got Willier, you got Roman Anthony, you got a bunch of guys who could be out there. So we don't necessarily need him, but we do need someone over at first base or third, right? Casas at first, Bohm at third. And then that just kind of shores up the corners and just, I think, makes us a more complete unit.
Langston, just hearing, give me your 30-second thoughts.
I have 2 thoughts. One, Alec Bohm's not liking out a triple anywhere.
No,
I don't care if he puts it in that triangle out there. He's so slow.
Many people leg out triples in that triangle.
Not him. Anyways, 2, Paz, you have lost a fan for life in my sister-in-law, who is a big-time Red Sox fan and loves Jarren Duran. And she was here visiting around the time of the trade deadline, and my favorite game was like, hey, Reagan, who's going to trade for Jarren Duran? And just watch her just lose it. So shout out Reagan. Just remember, it's Paz that's trading him to the Phillies and not me. I love you.
Yep.
All right.
Actually, I just think he's more of the realistic option because Willier is a little bit younger, got more control. So anyway, that's your first trade. I actually do legitimately think that is like a matchup. I obviously don't know how they value players and whatnot, but like that to me makes some sense for both sides. So Diamondbacks. I have 2 like banger trades for the Diamondbacks. I'm going to give you the lesser of the 2 because I'm really curious how you would feel about the better one. So Diamondbacks trade Jordan Lawler, Jake McCarthy, and number 14 overall prospect Drew Jones to the Angels for first baseman Nolan Schanuel and number 20 left-handed prospect Sammy Natera Jr., who I've seen throw in person. I'm kind of shocked he's the 20th overall prospect. He throws the ball really well as a lefty, got good stuff. He was a fall league guy. My reasoning behind this, I don't think the Diamondbacks like Jordan Lawler for whatever reason. Jake McCarthy, not very good. Drew Jones is kind of a wild card at this point. You shore up first base. You don't have to worry about playing Tyler Locklear. You are a big Nolan Schanuel guy, and he plays every day, and he gets on base. He just kind of does everything, and you get a nice pitching prospect to come back.
What was that pitching prospect's name again? I know you said his name, but I...
Sammy Natera Jr. I watched him in the fall league, and I really liked him. He's their number 20 guy.
Is his legal name Sammy, or is his legal name Sam?
Sammy.
Oh, take it. That guy's a dog.
Because on the Diamondback side of things, you're kind of just giving up on McCarthy because you have so much outfield depth. Drew Jones has kind of dealt with some injuries, and he's all the way down to your number 14 guy. And Lawler, we just don't know yet. So, are you giving up on Lawler to shore up first base? And I know you're a Lawler guy, but you're also a Shadywell guy.
Dude, I love Lawler. I'm a big Jordan Lawler guy. I think the tools play. Jake McCarthy, like I think either one of him or Alec Thomas is going to go.
Yeah.
I think Jake McCarthy's had more recent success, so it makes more sense that he's going to be traded because you're going to get more back. I think that I would. Dude, I don't know.
Well, just wait till the next one if you think this one's tough.
No, dude, I don't think so, man. Like, I think it's an overpay when you add in. So Lawler, you had him as a top 100 prospect. Drew,
yes, very high.
Yeah, like high top 100 prospect.
Yeah.
Drew Jones, I don't think he is in there anymore, but he was. He was a top 100 prospect.
Anymore.
He's still young.
Yep.
He just hasn't really broken through. But defensively,
Yep.
We talked about his dad on the last episode. His defense plays. The bat just needs to come along.
Yep.
I don't love parting with those young, controllable guys that I think are going to be like long-term fixtures in the lineup. Like Lawler showed me enough that he's going to stick at the big league level. Like he's going to stick. He's too talented not to. First base, I mean, you can try to shore it up this year. I love Shanuel. I love the hit tool. I love that he gets on base. But to me, like I'm going to just keep Drew Jones as a top 100 prospect. 2 top 100 prospects for basically Nolan Shanuel and a guy that Paz likes doesn't really do it for me. So I think I'm going to hold on to what I got.
Okay. So I had a feeling you would say no to that one. So you're going to run it back at first base with Pavin Smith, potentially ACDC or whatever, ADC, whatever his name is, and then which I do like him for the record, and then Locklear.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see them go out and sign like Goldie to a 1-year deal, get him back on like a little retirement tour. He's still like, he had a bad year last year, but he still rakes lefties. Like I think he still was like an 800 OPS guy against lefties.
Yes.
So like, just platoon him with Pavin hits righties. I can't stand the way Pavin Smith plays baseball, but he hits righties. Just platoon him and then try to figure it out next year. See if Locklear unlocks something.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I mean, we got Locklear in one of those trades with the Mariners. I think the Geno trade. And you're like, I don't think you trade Geno for a prospect you don't believe in. And so like I think they believe in Locklear. So long term, I think we're probably looking at some kind of Locklear Pavin platoon. I don't know if I want that to be this year. I'd like to see a veteran get in there, but we'll see. Yeah, let's run it back.
That's fair. I personally wouldn't give up on Lawler either. But that's why I targeted another one of your guys in Shanuel. So, all right. Back to the Red Sox. I'm going to throw you a free agent signing instead of a trade. So the Red Sox signed Pete Alonso, 7 years, $200 million. That's 28.5 AAV. He's 31. This essentially means that Cassis is done with the Red Sox. This is going to have a trickle-down effect. How much more do they go do in the offseason? Do they sign anybody else with the way they've been operating? Bregman's probably not back. I can almost say with certainty Bregman would not be back. Is this something that you would do?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What are we talking about? Yeah. Go get Pete. Like we wanted to deal Cassis at the beginning of last year to Mariners, but they wouldn't take I think it was him and Yoshida. So like it's been known that the Red Sox are okay with parting ways with Cassis, especially if it means improving the overall team. I think the Red Sox are in a spot right now where I'm not saying that we're not at the doorstep of the World Series. Like we're not. We're not there yet. But
Nope,
are
not close
we
either.
No, but are we in the area of maybe another guy or two, maybe another arm, and we make a run at it? Yeah, I think so. I think
anything's an option in the American League.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Blue Jays just ran all the way to the World Series. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card to start the year. Like anything can happen. But to me, you bring a guy in like Pete Alonso that does two things. One, it shows you that ownership is serious, that we're getting out of this small market mindset and we're going and we're getting that big guy and we're bringing him to Boston long term. Two, I think it makes Boston a slightly more attractive place to go, especially if we have some success with Pete. Like if Pete Alonso comes in and we get out of the wild card next year, make a run in the postseason a little bit deeper, maybe then we're a little bit more attractive for some other free agents, things like that. I don't think he's a piece that makes immediate World Series success. Excuse me. Do I think he's a piece we can build on? Absolutely. And I'd really like to watch him just demolish balls on the Lansdowne. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
So let me add some context to this because I don't think it's for the Red Sox. I don't think this is just as simple as, yeah, let's just go sign him.
No, it is. Go sign him right now.
It's not, because that's not how they're operating, and they already just had the guy that they thought they would be able to keep opt out, and he's not going to come back. Your first base position provided the Red Sox 0.9 WAR this year. Your bench bats in general with the Red Sox provided you like 1 WAR in totality. You had Marcelo Mayer come up and look rough at the plate, but really good defensively.
Christian Campbell.
Yeah, you had Christian Campbell, which we're going to get to here in a second, come up and play a little bit of first base, and they paid him some money. How much better do you think this makes the Red Sox? Because for me, if I'm a Red Sox fan and that's all they do, I'm not happy. I think there's so much work to do.
I would agree. Like I said, it doesn't make us an immediate World Series contender, but he's a piece that we can build off of. Like having a guy there, especially like Pete Alonso, where we do have such like a young core, like Roman Anthony, Marcelo Mayer. If we're going to keep Christian Campbell, we're keeping him around, but like if he's up with the Red Sox, and then you got a lot of other young guys, you got Willier, you got Rafaela, you got all these young guys. Having him doesn't necessarily, it's not like a 1-for-1 swap with Bregman for like a veteran presence, but it's still a guy who's been around. He's an older guy. He's a vet. And I think he can come in and help. Again, I don't think it takes us to that next step, but I think it's a step in the right direction at least.
I think if you do that and you do that Duran trade, I think the team is way better. I think you just plug Bowman at third. Pete's over at first. Your outfield is solid. Like I think you make both of those moves. Like people are going to be pissed because you're trading Jarren Duran and Boston loves Jarren Duran. But like I think overall that makes your team better.
Oh yeah.
But you got to do both. Like Paz is saying, it can't just be the one.
Yeah, and that's fair. I wasn't thinking of the Jarren Duran trade, but yeah, like if you go and you get Bohm and Alonso, that makes us a lot better. And then the DH spot is kind of fun. You play around with a guy like Rob Refsnyder, and you just let him go demolish.
Free agent.
Get him back. I don't care. I met Rob Refsnyder. Really nice guy. Really cool guy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Just saying.
Okay. I think my only just kind of thing with the Red Sox, I just think they have so much work to do, really, like with that young core, and I think that's a huge step in the right direction, but that can't be the only move because they did that with Bregman this last year. It didn't work, in my opinion. But for the sake of time, let's move on to the first signing for the Diamondbacks. So I think this is a no-brainer, and I think this is going to happen. Merrill Kelly, 2 years, $30 million, $15 million a season. Do you add him back to the rotation for that money?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I don't know that much. I don't know that much needs to be said. I think that at his average, his baseline is he comes in and he's like a number 3 starter. But at his best, when he's been at his best, which he has been for a while, you're looking at a 1 or a 2. He's been the most stable person in that pitching staff for the last 5 years. So yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. I think you do it. He wants to be back. We want him back. Let's make it happen.
Those 2 years, you would get him for his age, 37 and 38 seasons, but he's coming off a year. Yeah, he's coming off of a year where he had a 3.52 ERA.
Yeah,
with a 3.76 FIP, if you want to throw in the nerd stats. So he was very good.
I think at his his baseline for me is he's going to come in, he's going to throw 150 to 180 innings, and he's going to have a 3.5 to a 4 ERA, and you take that 100% of the time. So, yeah, it's a no-brainer.
In a full season, ignoring injury, the fewest amount of innings he's ever thrown is 158. Merrill Kelly's a ball player.
Yep.
Back to the Red Sox, Strick. So I'm going to hit you with another signing because I'll save the trade for the end. So Ranger Suarez, left-handed pitcher, 7 years, $180 million, 25.7 AAV. So I think this is probably an overpay, but pitchers are getting paid. Ranger Suarez, not a big strikeout guy, but I think that you have Crochet, Oviedo, Mayo, you start to add another arm, and Ranger Suarez is another guy that just has a rubber arm. Is this something that you're willing to pay? And I'm looking up his age real quick. So you'd be getting him for his ages 31 to 38 seasons.
31 to 38.
Yeah.
And he's got to qualify an offer attached.
30 to 37. Yeah.
You said 100.
I apologize.
You said 180.
I said, 180 million. The only issue that I really see with Ranger Suarez, he's never thrown more than 157 in a third innings, which is what he did this past season. Not a big strikeout guy either.
I'll say this, or I'll throw this back at you, I guess. Would you pay him more than you're paying Garrett Crochet?
No shot. I wouldn't pay him Dylan Cease money.
Garrett Crochet.
I think this is an overpay.
Garrett Crochet is only getting 170 million a year, or 170 total for 6 years.
Got paid out. Different situation.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing: if we're paying that much for a guy, it needs to be would help me out on this.
Never made 30 starts.
Yeah,
Rangers pretty good.
He is good.
Would you say he is? Would him and Crochet be a 1A, 1B?
No,
it's a 1-2. That's a 2.
Yeah. I think if we're going to go out and we're going to go sign somebody and we're going to overpay him, I would almost want it to be like a 1A, 1B situation. Now, is that guy out there? I don't know. But, God, that's tough.
I'm pulling the trigger. I'm probably not giving him the 7th year. I'd give him 6, though.
Yeah. I think if it was, a little less time, maybe, that'd probably be okay. I don't know. Overpaying pitchers, especially when you're throwing things at me like, oh, well, he's never done this, he's never done that. Like Crochet can go and do those things. So
the one-time All-Star in his 8 years. Again, he's actually only thrown 150 innings 3 times in 8 years. One of those being the COVID years. You can kind of ignore that.
I have something that matters. One, I don't think it's an overpay. I think that's a properly valued contract, and I think you did a great job. Second, do you know what his postseason ERA is?
It's really good. I know that.
1.48.
Yeah.
What are we paying this guy for?
Yeah.
We're trying to bring a World Series to Beantown, right? Just make sure he's healthy for the playoffs. That's what the Dodgers have been doing, right?
Yeah.
They've been throwing money at all these pitchers, and they're like, as long as you're back by the playoffs, we're good.
Yeah.
I think more teams are going to start doing that.
I think the years is the issue for me.
But if you sign him and you win one World Series in 7 years, it's worth it.
Yep, that's true. So yes or no, Strick?
Sign him, I guess.
I talked him into it. Look at me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Just get me a right-handed Crochet. That's all I want.
I'm just saying, man.
Make Tanner Houck better.
43 innings is not a super small sample size to have a 1.48 ERA over in the playoffs. It's not like it's not a fluke.
So let's go to the Snakes. So I have a signing that is very similar to the Merrill Kelly signing in the fact of he came over from, I think, Korea is where this guy was, or it might have been Japan. I can't remember now. Foster Griffin, former first-round pick for the Royals. Now that I say it, I think he was in the Nippon League in Japan. He just was really good in Japan. Cody Ponce just got paid from being really good in Japan. You're going to give Foster Griffin 3 years, $45 million. That's $15 a year. The Snakes need pitching desperately. So you're bringing in Merrill Kelly at the same AAV. You add Foster Griffin to this. You hope Corbin Burns is back at some point. I'm not sure what his timeline is. You're hoping that Fott is better than he was, who I believe in. But again, you're just shoring up the rotation. And they did this with Merrill Kelly once upon a time. He came over from, I think, Japan is where he came over from. But the Snakes are comfortable doing this type of thing.
Kelly was in Korea.
Yeah.
He was in the KBO.
Yeah.
3
years, $45 million. He's 30 years old, so you're getting him still in his prime.
He's been really good in Japan. I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah.
This was not a guy that he's been really good in Japan. Wow.
Yeah.
He doesn't have so last year it looks like his innings were down a little bit.
Yeah.
Only 89 innings last year, but
yeah.
He's also like a strikeout per inning guy over there. I feel like for $15 million a year, like you take a chance on him. If he performs well over a season or two or a half season, and you get to the point where if you're not competitive, you can try to flip him. But $15 million a year for a guy that could potentially come over, figure it out, be a staple in your rotation, I think you do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't think it addresses. I don't think it addresses the problems that we necessarily have, which is the bullpen. But
yeah,
I mean,
I was going to try to create some kind of bullpen signing, but nothing that really really super fun.
Pete Fairbanks, 3 for 42, and put a microphone in his face.
All right, Strick, your last trade, and I'm really curious on where you go with this because this is the one I had the hardest time with. So Christian Campbell had a very polarizing year last year. He came up and was a star, and then forgot how to baseball.
Bad.
But they paid him. So the Red Sox are going to work with the Giants again here. They are going to go get left-handed reliever Eric Miller because Red Sox need another left-handed reliever. He was very good last year. You're going to get 2 wild card prospects and 2-way prospect Reggie Crawford, former first-round pick out of Connecticut, who's just really not been healthy. And then you're going to get another 19-year-old outfield prospect, Rainer Arias, who is coming off a bad year but has had success in the past. So the reasoning behind this, I don't know what the Red Sox are going to do with Campbell. I kind of think that they are a little down on him. You address the bullpen and you get 2 wild card prospects. So essentially, are you giving up on Christian Campbell after paying him $68 million?
If we are going to do it sooner rather than later, I would rather if we're going to give up on him, I'd rather us give up on him when he's young and a team can be like, oh, it's just a bad year. We can fix him, blah, blah, blah. And like you said, shore up the bullpen and whatnot. Would I personally like to? No. I mean, I think he can figure it out, and I think he could still be a part of that exciting young core we have. Oh, God, that's a tough one. Because I like
the Giants need a second baseman. They had really bad second base production. Christian Campbell came up as second baseman. He was really, really bad defensively, but he came up as second baseman. Maybe Vitello finds something.
It could. Just trying to figure out who we would use at second.
Well, here's the thing I think is really interesting is where does Campbell even fit right now?
If he was playing well, it would be second base. Like that's the thing for us. It would be second. Because last year, we had like Nate Eaton play second for us a bunch. Yeah. So like, I don't think anybody, like if both of them are playing at like respectable levels, I don't think anybody's taking Nate Eaton over Christian Campbell. So it's like, if he was just doing what we think he could do, he would be our pretty much everyday second baseman. So I'm just trying to figure out if we deal him, where does that leave us in second?
I mean, here's something to think about there. He didn't play second base for the Red Sox last year. He played in AAA last year.
Yeah, well, I think when he was up with us for a little bit, he was at second, and then they moved him over to first after the whole Rafi Devers thing.
Sure, but I think my reasoning.
But last year he didn't play for he wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they even consider him a second base option right now?
It's kind of like a thing where if like you trade him or you deal him early and he ends up being bad, you look like a genius.
Sure. And you get the money off the books.
And if you hold on to him and he's great, you're like, okay, thank God we didn't trade him. Right. I think it depends on what the focus is. Is it a win now year or is it a build year? Like if you're wanting to win now, you probably deal him to shore up the bullpen. If you're wanting to win in the long term and you're trying to make sure he's good, you probably keep him. So I would say I don't have an answer for that.
Are you, and really, like, regardless of return, because I had a hard time trying to figure out, like, how other teams would value him, but I was looking like, Giants need a second baseman because their production was really bad, and, like, Vitello could probably build a young guy's confidence. Do you give up on him, essentially, is the answer, or is the question?
I'll say this. If we went and got, building on your other trades, if we went and got Pete and Bohm, I would deal Campbell and shore up. If that's the only move we make, I don't think I would make it. Like if we don't go get Bohm, we don't go get Alonso, and we're just like, let's get rid of Christian Campbell for a bullpen arm. I think that pisses off some people, maybe.
Christian Campbell made it as high as number 7 on MLB's top 100 prospects.
Yeah. Got paid, and then. Yeah, I had a hard time with this one.
I don't know. Like I
that's the thing. He could turn out to be great. He could turn out to be an all-time great for us.
I would probably just need more. Like I don't know, man. Like a reliever and a couple of like low-level prospects. That doesn't do it for me. I'd need to get more back. I feel similar about that Harry Ford trade, right? Like I'm like, what are we doing? Like this is a top 100 prospect, and like you're getting a reliever. Like for me, it doesn't move the needle. But if that's what the Sox, I don't know.
I think the biggest piece I had a hard time with is 1, ignore the money. How do teams value Christian Campbell right now? 2, add in the money. Our team's going to be willing to dish a higher level prospect for a guy that got paid, has the pedigree, was really bad defensively. Like they messed around with moving him around the field. Like he played some left in the big leagues, played some first at AAA. Like the kind of positionless at the moment. Like I had a hard time with this one. I personally am not trading him. I'm going to kind of see that one through for at least another year or two. But I'm not a Red Sox fan, so.
What about just straight up Campbell for Marte? I think that would probably equal out.
Okay,
Let's move on to the
Let's
trade
move
that
on.
is going to just get me canceled. Let's go. What do you got for Ketel Marte?
No, I do not believe that Marte is getting traded, so I did not go down that path.
Okay, what you got?
So, the Diamondbacks are going to go get Joe Ryan from the Twins. So they're going to go get Joe Ryan, who probably is their ace until Burns gets healthy, and they're also going to get reliever Cole Sands in this deal. So the Twins are fire sailing everybody. Cole Sands is a really good reliever. Joe Ryan's a stud. We all know this.
I like Cole Sands, yeah.
I do too, sinker baller. But here is what the Diamondbacks are going to give up. They're going to give up number 2 outfield prospect Slade Caldwell, number 4 infield prospect Demetrio Crisantes, number 7 infield prospect J.D. Dix, number 8 prospect Patrick Forbes, and number 13 pitching prospect Daniel Egan. So the way that I built this in terms of what the Twins are getting, Slade Caldwell, I believe, is the younger of the 2 outfield prospects, and the Twins have some outfield prospects knocking on the door at AAA. Because the number 1 prospect for the Diamondbacks is Waldschmidt, or Waldschmidt, however you say his name.
Yeah, Waldschmidt.
So Slade Caldwell gives them some depth at the lower levels of the minors, and that's kind of the big ticket item. He's a 19-year-old former first-round pick. They get number 4 prospect Demetrio Crisantes, who I think was double-A guy last year. They get J.D. Dix, who I'm a big fan of. Patrick Forbes, who I think was just a first or second round pick, and then Daniel Egan's kind of like the lottery ticket guy. So 5 prospects for Joe Ryan and Cole Sands. You're kind of emptying the farm here. The Diamondbacks have a decent farm system. Where are you at on this one? Because it addresses 2 different needs in a big way. Joe Ryan's a stud. Cole Sands is also really good.
I think that this is a move you make if you think you're like a starter and a reliever away from a World Series.
So real quick, you have confirmed you signed Merrill Kelly and Foster Griffin. You still have Jordan Lawler, McCarthy, and Drew Jones. You did not accept the Nolan Schanuel trade. So in theory, like, you're in. You got Burns, you got Merrill Kelly, you got Foster Griffin, you got Brandon Pfaadt. So there is your big scenario. And my reasoning is behind this was Diamondbacks need pitching in a bad way. They're in the Dodgers division. They can still keep their top prospect and honestly most of their top 10 guys, but you address the bullpen and rotation in a huge way.
Yeah. If Egan is the guy that I think he is, which I just want to look, then I don't
strikeout numbers.
Then I don't want him included.
Yeah, I think he was a big strikeout number guy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because he was in Hillsboro last year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I don't want him to go away. I don't know much about. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know much about like Crisantes or J.D. Dix. I know he can swing it.
Yeah.
I think the 2 that I like are making me balk at this trade is the big ticket, Slade Caldwell. He was a first rounder for us. Comped out similar to like Corbin Carroll, short, left-handed, maybe less power, but speed guy. And we've seen how the Diamondbacks have been able to develop Corbin Carroll. And Daniel Egan. Again,
so Crisantes last year, 252, 358, 415 at high A for 773 OPS. Nothing crazy.
Yeah,
the year before he was big time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I still don't think I'm making the trade, not with the package presented to me. Yeah.
Really?
Because I think Ryan Nelson turned a corner last year. He looks like an ace. You're getting Kelly back, who's going to stabilize the rotation. You have the wild card coming over from Japan. You think Pfaadt's going to be better. Burns is coming back mid-season, is what it sounds like. Is kind of his timetable for return. And I think it's a lot to give up. I like Slade Caldwell as a prospect. I like Egan as a prospect. And I don't know. I think that I feel like if this was a trade that was proposed to me at like mid-season and we're in the thick of making a run for a World Series, I think I might be more likely to sway on it, but I kind of want us to run it with what we got. I like Joe Ryan a lot. I don't think the Twins are going to trade him. I think they've already come out and said they're not going to trade him. But man, I don't know. I don't see the Snakes as a Joe Ryan team. I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I see the Sox as a Joe Ryan team.
Yeah, I had a hard time with Red Sox trades.
I just think the package is a little heavy. That's all. I just think the package is a little hefty, and we just spent the whole last trade deadline replenishing our farm system because we have depleted it so much over the years. That I think we gotta. Yeah, I just think that's a hefty price to pay.
Okay, fair enough. Strick, any thoughts on that?
I like Joe Ryan. I wish he was a Sox. So yeah. Now, when you propose that trade to Langston, where it's like a starter and a bullpen arm, that's what I want the Sox to go do. Go get a starter. Go get a bull. Go
they
get
just
a couple.
Got one.
Yeah. Who do we trade with? Pittsburgh.
Johan Oviedo, who I personally I've watched him pitch a lot, being an NL Central guy, and I don't see it, but Pirates have been known to not get the best out of their pitchers, as we've seen with Joe Musgrove, Jameson Taillon, Garrett Cole. So I don't know, maybe the Red Sox see something, and he's got good stuff. So
yeah. Who knows? Not me, that's for sure. All right.
Those were the trades. Those were the free agent signings. I think that went better than I expected, to be honest with you. So well done to you too.
Well, I'm excited, and we all know who you're pointing at when you say went better than expected. Okay, we all know. I don't know.
I think you both had excellent thoughts on where your rosters are at. Truly,
I'm excited for the Cubs to get Eugenio Suarez. I think that's going to be fun.
And if you guys want to do Cubs mock trades, you guys have to do them. I'm not doing them for myself because I think that I wouldn't value prospects correctly.
Okay. Maybe next time on Get Hot.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Well, that'll do it for today's episode of Get Hot. Again, thanks, Coach Paz, for running that, doing all that research. Nerd. But yeah, no, we appreciate you a lot. Yeah. Langston, you got any closing thoughts?
No, I'm good. Go Jacks.
Go Jacks. All right.
Does your breath stink?
Does your breath stank? Find out next time on the Hey Coach podcast.